I've never murdered anyone. Bullshit! You ain't never
murdered a gang of people.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about him is that, you know, you look at him, and I just hate his fucking face, man.
God
I
damn.
I can't stand his, because what, he'll come out,
That face.
that fucking face, man. I can't stand his face. What happened? What happened to my man Jigsaw? You used to run Halloween. Halloween was yours. Jigsaw had Halloween in such tight control that people didn't even release movies on Halloween no more. They're like, no, I don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
Hell no.
It was like Will Smith and 4th of July. It's like, that's Jigsaw's day.
Mr. Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jigsaw, a.k.a. John Kramer, and his little son on that tricycle. And they used to have a vice hold on Halloween. Every year, those movies used to make money. It's hard to believe that the last one was 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2010.
What was it called? Saw the Reckoning or something?
I think the final chapter.
The final chapter. Y'all stop naming things. The final chapter, the last night. You know, there ain't no final anything in Hollywood.
At least put an asterisk by it.
Don't ever, if you got a horror franchise or some action don't kill people. Because we know they coming back.
Yep.
Jigsaw been dead for about 8. Well, how many movies? About 6 movies?
It's been a hot minute, and they've been keep trying to bring this dude back.
Didn't he die in the third one?
He died at the end of the third one, and then they started making ones where it's like, oh, well, now this is like, this trap was set a while ago. And
Yeah.
it's a copy killer.
Some Book of Henry shit.
Some shit where they start making murders out of his home movies.
Yeah. It's like Sinister with Saw. Like, all right,
They were
sure.
going through his old videos. Yeah. He lives on video. But they found a way to put him in the mix. I got to give them credit. They didn't do something where he was resurrected from the dead or he came back in real life. They keep finding ways to put him in the mix and making these sequels / prequels. So with this, it's the same thing. They say that the Jigsaw killer, he's not back. No, don't forget about that. I mean, we buried him a long time ago, but these damn pesky ass copycats out there.
These trap houses.
These trap houses out there. That's the real trap. These were Saw's original trap artists, man.
Him and Gucci Man. Too.
These damn pesky ass copycats and fans. These Saw fanboys and fangirls. They just can't stop going with this bullshit. And it seems we have another one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for not Saw, but Jigsaw, and we'll be back with our review.
No, it's not creepy at all.
Now, before we continue, I have to just stop for a moment and let you know it's not every day that I dress up like a psychotic clown. I'm also wearing on these shows, usually a Double Toasted t-shirt. Go to doubletoasted.com and go to dtmerch.com and check out all of the shirts and other wares that we have for you. But let's get on with the review right here. Brought to you by doubletoasted.com. Ding! Ding! That little spark. Yeah. Now, here's the thing that must be said about this movie. If they didn't have just that one word in the title, I mean, you can take that jig on out. Mm-hmm. But Saw, if they didn't have those 3 letters in there, this shit would be going straight to video.
Yeah. Yes.
Ain't one named actor in here. Ain't nobody, well, except for Jigsaw himself. Mm-hmm. Mr., as you know him as Jigsaw, but also Tobin Bell, who is the title character of Jigsaw, a.k.a. John Kramer. But everybody else, you ain't heard of them. I mean, well, you might know a certain name. You know, you got, it's bad when your movie only has Tobin Bell as the main star and also the son of Mario Van Peebles. What? That's my daddy? Nobody told me.
New Jack
Yeah, some people don't even know who that is. We're talking about Mario Van Peebles and Melvin Van Peebles. That's probably, besides Jigsaw himself, that kid is probably, his name is Mandela Van Peebles.
Good Lord.
Come on.
The Peoples family, stop. The Van Peoples, I don't know what we call
The
them.
Van Peebles, yeah.
The Van people.
That name is so white, they overcompensated. Your name Mandela.
Mandingo.
Mandingo, yeah. Y'all got a dog named Kunta.
No.
But yeah, that's probably the biggest star in there. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the main star in the movie, they're the traps. Because everybody else in here, you don't know who they are. And a lot of these people that are in here, they trying to get a name. They trying to, they go in there and they doing their best to get that next movie. They want to be the standout of the Jigsaw.
Like, I ain't going to Sci-Fi Channel today.
You gonna know me before you play this game. But there's one cop in here. You know what I'm talking about?
Man.
Officer Hardass.
God.
They got a guy in here. Like this is, for a lot of people, this is straight to video style acting.
Yeah, the first time I can remember seeing him, he was in an episode of Man Seeking Woman. He was the one negotiating the press the button. I was like, oh, it's that guy. Now I see why you're only on TV.
Yeah,
damn.
Callum Keith Rennie. Who? Exactly. I don't even know why I wasted my time saying those three names right
Exactly. You will never hear it again.
there. Nothing. I ain't talking personal against the actor, but to give you this video style quality, straight to video style quality we have going on, you got this guy coming in. He got one mode, and that's tough. Every time you come, what's going on here? I'm tough.
These traps.
These traps.
I can flex and break these traps.
He's back again. Don't worry about it. I'm tough. And he comes. He just every road come in. He got that tough man sneer.
Yep.
Tough. Tough. I swear to God, when he goes to bed at night, tough. Tough. I'm
And the whole
tough.
time his black partner just
Damn, relax, man. I
can't.
I
Blood
can't.
pressure.
I'm tough, goddammit. Tough. Get barking all his lines. That Jigsaw killer ain't got nothing on me. I'm tough. Even when he goes up to girls in there, girl, I heard that you like it kind of kinky. That's good, because I'm tough.
He's like, sir, please.
Have you not read the tabloids? You might want to call Harvey Weinstein real quick and talk to him. Shit, I'm tough. I can handle him. You know, this guy, it's so bad, the acting in this movie. What's up?
Oh, no, I'm just laughing, man.
I feel like this is gonna come off sounding mad crazy, man. But I feel like the Mario Van Peebles son and his partner were the only ones in this movie actually trying. Like everybody else is just like, we're getting trapped out. Not again.
Yeah, man. They got the people in here. They have some people that do stand out, and a lot of them don't have. They don't have a lot to do except scream. Like, they got one guy here who I thought, all right, this guy gets it. This shit ain't serious. You know, go ahead and have a laugh, crack a few jokes. Let me see here. It's that guy right there. Let me see if I can raise the sound up right here. This guy is actually a likable guy. You actually, you know that he's an asshole, but you actually hate to see him get killed because he's the only thing that's giving you a few chuckles in here, intentional chuckles.
No, it's not creepy at all.
Like, I hated to see that guy go.
I was cool with it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I fucking hate him. Like, take him out.
You know, but you know, he's an asshole. But I was thought, all right, at least this guy's taking this material like it is, not that serious, and he's giving some levity to it. Not like, you know, Officer Hardass over there. You know, this guy's actually bringing something to it that's a little lighthearted. Because that's the thing with the movie, man. It just takes itself. It takes itself way too seriously.
Yeah, it treats itself more like a crime drama than an actual horror movie or a horror thriller, whatever you want to call it, because they spend a lot of time in like a morgue in a police station. I'm like, why? Like, I came to see people get their heads cut off. That's not what I came here for.
Yeah, man. They you know, that's because a lot of these movies have been procedurals.
Right.
You know, they've been, and I think that's what's cool about these Saw movies. Is like half of them have been mysteries, half of them have been police procedurals, and that's cool. You know, they're not all these movies are perfect, and I'm not the biggest fan of them. I can respect them for what they are, but it's just got to the point now where they know a little too well that the star of the movie are the traps. You know, they know that's what sells it, and they just stop caring about everything else. That's what I mean about straight to video quality, because everything on the side, it just feels cheap, except for those goddamn traps.
Yeah, that's where all the money went.
Because that's where all the money goes. money wasn't used on these actors. They were used on the traps. And you know what's so annoying about the traps is that Jigsaw used to be a broke ass dude that it was just, when he get a little change, get a little money in his pocket, he go over to the Fat Albert junkyard and gets
with Fred Sanford.
hanging out with Fred Sanford, Brandon.
And the first one of his traps is literally just a room full of razor wire. That's all it is.
And a bear trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like he would work with some fishing line and an actual saw.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna make this work. MacGyver it.
Yeah, he couldn't even go to Home Depot. He had to go to a junkyard and get his shit. And he would make it, and they were simple. He'd go somewhere he couldn't even afford to get to rent out a place. He'd find an abandoned warehouse or building. He's like, I just need this shit to kill people for a couple hours. I don't need it for a long time.
I'll give it back.
Yeah, I don't need to lease the place out.
I'll hold on to the receipt.
Yeah, motherfucker used to hire bums and raps to help him out. And shit, it was a simplicity to it. Now, this fool is gone. Like, I don't know what money he has or what rich uncle died that gave Mr. Jigsaw some money, but this fool has gone full James Bond with this shit. Mm-hmm. He's working with lasers.
He has lasers, y'all. Jigsaw has lasers.
Jigsaw got lasers
with sharks on.
He's gone full Bond supervillain with this shit. He's building shit that you build, traps that you build for Batman.
Yeah. And I was like, how are you affording this? Like, first of all, the power source to boot this up is going to be ridiculous. But how are you affording to get lasers that can cut steel?
Yeah. This is shit that you don't build to kill normal people. You kill superheroes with this.
Yeah.
The Joker calls you up and like, man, what am I doing wrong? Because your shit is down.
You're killing it, man. Killing the game, Jigsaw.
Yeah, I know we're supposed to suspend disbelief, but this fool has actually built like one of those haunted houses with trap doors and revolving bookcases. And good and goddamn well, okay, Jigsaw ain't got no money, but every time and he died before we could get probably this elaborate. Mm-hmm. So you're like, well, these copycats, they got money, but every time it's been revealed for who these copycats are, it's been people with median level jobs.
Yeah, they're like middle class people.
Yeah, some people work a minimum wage, and somehow they build all these big ass, crazy ass haunted houses.
Yeah, that or they're junkies, because then he recruit that one girl from the first one. I'm like, she's homeless. How is she affording to do this?
Yeah, you got track marks and shit. How you get money to buy heroin and make a fucking haunted house?
Man,
a super villain haunted house. How the fuck you do something like that? I know we're supposed to, suspend disbelief, but
it only goes so far.
It only goes so far. When you make the traps the sole attraction here and nothing else, you can't help but look at some of these flaws that go on in here. And, and that's the other thing. We said it during the trailer. When we did our trailer talk about this, it's hard to believe that you can't catch Jigsaw or any of these copycats out there because we told you. They buy so much material from Home Depot. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is go to every Home Depot and figure out who's the guy that bought 2 shopping carts worth of rotary blades
and lasers.
Yeah,
who's this laser buying guy?
Who's going to Skynet and
man,
took that shit from them.
The second those lasers popped up, I was like, did Terminator come on and nobody told me?
Yeah, and furthermore, the traps that these people are in, that you see these people doing. These traps that these people are in, they actually cost money. And we know that. But the thing with them, besides them costing money, and that's implausible, is that these traps also require people. They're not traps that you put people in now and just leave them and say, figure it out. No, they're traps where they're so elaborate that they depend on people standing in a particular place at a particular time. When the basket goes down on the mousetrap, then you have to you have to actually do a particular action. People have to follow a set of instructions that could be very random. Yeah. You have to be on X marks the spot.
Yeah, something that happens. He's like, I told you not to do that. I'm like, well, if he didn't do that, they would have been stuck here.
What if he didn't? There's a point in here. It's some Wile E. Coyote shit where they actually. You can't predict this. This guy has to actually stand on this one spot, the area with the rotted wood, where underneath there's a handle that has to be pulled to progress with the rest of the game.
But he told them not to do that.
And it also depends on one asshole to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow your instructions. What if none of that ever happened?
I don't know. Maybe the game would have just been over. He's like, shit, come on.
Yeah. I don't, these are huge plot holes that are hard to wrap your mind around. You You are not going to drive past that pothole without bumping into it.
It's a collapsed bridge. That's how bad it ain't no pothole, man.
Yeah, yeah, you're going down. The other thing with this is that, you know what, Gertz, you've been quiet most of the time. How you feeling about this?
Because I didn't see this.
Oh,
I was
my
doing
friend.
Sammy's show last night. But I've only seen the first Saw movie, and I hated it. So I'm curious to hear how this stacks up compared to some of the others.
But here's what I don't like, man. I've always found Jigsaw to be the most annoying slasher that's out there. He is a slasher. At first, I gave him credit because I'm like, all right, you know what? You're creative. You know, you ain't like Jason and Michael Myers where they go in and they don't give a fuck. They just want to get that job done quick and easy, stab you, run off. You know, you put some artistry into it.
Yeah.
But I also begin to appreciate that Jason and Mike Myers, they do their job and shut the fuck up.
They get in and get out.
And move on.
They don't preach.
They don't preach to you. Jigsaw, I hate him. I fucking hate this guy. He's the most annoying slasher because this guy, you know, cool. You building traps and shit. I appreciate the time that you put into it. You've made slashing in art. You know, I appreciate you make sculptures that kill people.
Yeah, it was he was following some kind of rules until he just started torturing people for no reason. Like, this person smokes, they should die. Like, what?
Yeah. That's the problem with that's what I hate.
It's a murderer judging a heroin addict. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Man, you were right about that.
Yeah.
Here's the, look, this man takes himself way too seriously. You know, I told you, Jason, Mike, they go in and do that job. They get out. Freddy Krueger come in. He'll give you a little entertainment. He's like, look, I'll give you a chuckle or two before I kill you.
Yeah.
So my advice to you is to stay ready, because you know who's back? Freddy.
You admire, you're like, oh shit, he rapping too? Going, oh shit,
You pretty got dope beats. Freddy Krueger on the corner. You like hip hop?
That's from a Fat Boys video.
Oh, no.
I used to laugh. Go, yes.
Oh, I know there was that one and then the Fresh Prince one.
There was a Nightmare on My Street.
Yep.
That's what I love about Freddy Krueger. He made 3 fat black men run their ass off.
Like a jitsu blade, like a Blender Hill flint, Freddy Krueger, putting on the ring.
He was almost gonna kill those Negroes, man.
I'm gonna get you.
How can you not catch them? Dude, come on.
He's a smoker, man. He can't keep up.
Yeah. How can you not catch them? I mean, they're not that fast. Plus, you see them in them big ass stripes. Like, they're wearing stripes.
And they're practically stuck in that hallway. Like all clumped together.
Hey, tell big people, do not wear stripes, horizontal stripes. You cannot miss them. What you say?
We can't get through.
That's like gumming up a pipe right there.
Yeah.
Freddie, go get some liquid Drano right now. No disrespect to fat people or black people. If you got eating problems,
We just talking about the fat boys.
We just talking about the fat boys.
Yeah.
You know, but what I hate about Jigsaw is that he'll come in and give you a lecture, and it's just he's a hypocrite, man.
Yeah.
He'll give you a lecture and turn around and say, I don't kill people. Like, man. That's right.
Yeah,
Your body count says something different.
I'm not a murderer.
Fuck you.
And he said that, and this is what I hate about the guy. He's such a hypocrite. Like, where's his trap? Because it got to a point where he just started killing people just because you knew somebody.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing here? Well, you went on his Facebook profile. What the fuck? I didn't do shit.
I remember it was one, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but Buddy was going through the traps, and there's a moment where he's telling this guy, he's like, you got to figure out if you're going to let this guy go who doesn't have any family, he won't be missed, or let this girl go who has loving kids and all these other people. You're like, well, what did they do to be here?
Yeah, he actually just said, he got lazy one day and said, fuck it, man, I can't catch you. I'm just going to kill your wife.
Kill everybody.
Yeah,
bored.
He roasted a woman who was completely innocent.
Oh, yeah.
Put her in an oven. She didn't do shit. She was just related to somebody.
Yeah.
He got laid. Just fuck it. You know, he's a terrorist. But now he'll turn around and say, I never killed anybody.
The cure for cancer. What is it? I don't know what it is. But I know it's not killing and torturing people for your own sick fucking pleasure. I've never murdered anyone.
Bullshit. You ain't never
murdered a gang of people.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about him is that, you know, you look at him, and I just hate his fucking face, man.
God
I
damn.
I can't stand his, because he'll come out.
That face.
That fucking face, man. I can't stand his face. Because what happens is, things get kind of creepy at first. That little puppet on that tricycle comes out, and you thinking, oh shit, oh fuck, man, that's horrifying. And then this sleepy pothead motherfucker comes out.
Yeah.
No, they didn't say anything. He's just like a pothead. He comes out and think that he's talking some deep shit. Yeah, look at that. The tables have turned on the other foot. Nah, ain't it? I was like, man,
wait for one of them times when he gets the rules of the game. You need to shoot a 3-pointer. There's no basketball in here.
He actually looks like in the middle of his leg, like, where are we again?
Brownie's kicking in.
I can't stand this shit, man. It's such a self-righteous. And really, it is. It's such a self-righteous message this movie wants to have, where it can't follow its own rules.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I'm teaching them a lesson. I'm teaching them how to appreciate life. I'm like, they're gonna have a hard time with like they arm being chopped off or all these other terrible things that you've done to them.
Yeah. In that scene that we saw right there, he was killing somebody just for being sad.
Yeah.
Get over it. Quit crying over your dead kid.
It's like,
fuck, man.
Jigsaw is kidnapping people from funerals. God.
I'm trying to help you. How?
You don't appreciate life. I do. That's why I'm sad.
That's why I'm at a funeral.
Yeah, it's called emotions, motherfucker.
I don't have those.
Well, we again. But
and then they have that. God, there's something I want to say, but I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. Like, is it really a spoiler if it's a Saw movie?
Nah.
Like, so they play around with time a little bit, and they bring what's his name? What's the actor? Tobin Bell. They bring him back, but to make him look young and hip, they give him a soul patch.
Oh, they've been doing that for a while.
But like, no, and this one is bad. Like all the other ones, it looks like he actually grew it. This one, it looked like they just taped some gray pubic hair on his
face. They already tried to make it look like Eminem, right? Give him that fucking hoodie.
Him up in this one.
Like he's about to come out and fight Mayweather or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing with the movie, man. It's the time that they play with. I can excuse a lot of things that happen in this film. I really can. I can let a lot of things slide. But it gets to a point in the movie where they lose track of their own time. The movie, I mean, tell me if I missed something here. There are points in the movie where they're doing these flashbacks and they're doing these, they're going back in time, and it doesn't make sense. Because some of the things that happened in the past, you learn that certain deaths and certain murders happened in the past, and yet the bodies show up 10 years later. Did you see what
they kind of explained it?
If they did, then I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, they did, because he talked about, they explained it, but it was like a piss poor explanation.
But even then, there are certain murders that happen and they want the police to see these murders. And so they take the bodies and they dump them out in a parking lot or something for the police to find them. At the same time that these murders are happening back at the Jigsaw lair.
Yeah.
So that means that whoever the killer is has to actually take time from killing people, drive that body to the city, dump it, leave a message, write a note, get back in his car, and drive back to the compound. And then look at these people to see what they're doing.
Yeah, and keep him on the whole time. He's having to monitor these people, because these aren't like old Jigsaw games where you like, here's a timer, you figure it out or you're dead. Like, he's having to trigger certain things and say, hey, I see you, Doug. What are you doing?
Yeah, he has to look at these people to make sure that they don't, bust a hole through the wall or something and escape. Man. He has to press the button to get the next trap going. But it is miles from the city.
All the while again, this is a fucking spoiler, but all the while keeping up the illusion of not being who this person is.
Yeah, exactly. And can I just say one more thing about Jigsaw that is in this film right here? It has to refer to this film. Jigsaw, again, is somebody who's a huge hypocrite, and this is specifically in this movie. There's a part in the film where he actually has Jigsaw sense. His Jigsaw senses go off. Like, he's in the house, and he's like, oh shit, somebody's in trouble. And does he call the cops? He hears a murder going on. He hears somebody screaming. He knows something's going down. Does he pick up the phone to call the police? No, he's like, shit. Well, I better build a trap. That'll save the day.
That, and the fact that the person that he's trying to punish, he doesn't even know that they committed the crime. Like, he's saying, well, you did it, and that's why this happened. I was like, motherfucker, you heard something, but you didn't see what happened.
And this is in a neighborhood where, for some reason, when this scream is going on, he's the only one that hears it.
Yeah.
And he really does do that. He's sitting up there drawing. This guy he's obsessed. He's drawing a tricycle.
Yeah. He is. He's legit.
Oh man, you gotta be. So it's
This
like his
fool-
origin story.
Yeah. This fool is obsessed with gadgets and tricycles. He's drawing a tricycle, and he hears somebody, and he's like, "Oh shit, somebody's in trouble." And he does.
I'm gonna get them later.
He instead of calling the 911, he builds a trap that takes weeks to build. And also keep in mind that with one simple call, he could have saved a life, or at least brought justice to something that happened.
Saved a very innocent life. A false accused
So
life.
rather than save this person who's in trouble, he built a trap to punish the person whom did the murder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Later, after they've committed the murder.
He
Yeah.
pretty much he might as well have been an accomplice in this murder.
Yeah.
And yet he's judging people and building traps.
Yeah, he's a
Somebody
piece of shit.
died because he was building a fucking trap.
He's not a murderer, though, Coleman.
I've never killed anybody. But fuck you with that bullshit. I'm tired of that.
But like, okay, we've talked about all the other circumstances going around, everything, and where the money went, the traps.
Yes.
In here, there's some interesting traps. But this is, I think, one of the most tame Saw movies when it comes to blood and gore and body parts being chopped off.
Oh,
like,
really?
It's really tame for me compared to the other one.
You know, it's funny because I thought, all right, that's the only place that you really did deliver. I mean, I don't think the traps were all that great. You know, it was they're getting kind of tedious.
This one is just goofy.
It's just you get to a point where you're not feeling that you don't care. For one thing, all these people are assholes. This is probably the time where what worked about the previous Saw movies is that their victims had something that maybe made them innocent. You know, you're a drug addict and you keep using. You know, this is to make you get better. It's twisted, but it was an attempt to make people get better.
Right.
There's no redemption for these people. Like, you don't give a fuck if these people die. There's one person in particular, I was like, no, you have to go. I don't know, man. I'm
Where would you rank it amongst the Saw movies?
Of all 8 of them.
Oh,
Of all
Saw,
8 of
I
them.
would tell you this. Saw 3 Saw 3D was horrible. This was not as bad. I don't even remember. I just remember hating that movie, walking out there. And didn't realize I had 5 more movies coming after that. Well, that they just killed the franchise. It made $200 million. Shit.
Back. We don't know what we're doing, but we here.
Yeah, they're getting simpler and simpler where it's getting insulting. So this one's right above. And keep in mind, there's 8 movies.
Yeah.
So this one is right above Saw 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Saw 3D. So maybe I was never a huge person for this market. I love gore as much as anybody else, but even that got old for me. So yeah, man. I mean, being as cheap as this is and everything else, but that one really almost insultingly plain area of the traps, I got to give some more bullshit for that. I mean, if you want to see gore, that's what YouTube is for. Or the black internet or whatever, the dark internet. Or whatever. I mean,
The black internet.
That too. In other words, there are places where you can just go and watch gore if that's all you want.
Yeah.
A montage of gore.
One of the things that the earlier two did were, all right, I can imagine myself being in this spot. I can imagine being, kidnapped and having to figure out something with some other guy tied to a pole. And then in the second one, all right, you've been kidnapped and brought to a house. All right, I got to figure my way out of here. But these just are, they've gotten out of control. It feels like some comic book shit going on here.
That's because it is a comic book.
Yeah, man. But
Without a superhero, it's just a supervillain.
yeah, this is God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but I agree with you. This is some old bullshit. This is not a good Saw movie.
No, not at all, man. Let me just tell you, they begin to follow a very monotonous pattern, an annoying pattern of, I'm not going to say whether Jigsaw is alive. I'm not going to say he's dead. But I will say this much. Whenever you get not only Jigsaw in these movies, however they decide to bring him in, and you get a copycat, you're going to be goddamn sure you get 2 monologues. You're going to get 2 things. You're going to get Jigsaw. He's going to be the first one to tell you how fucked up you are.
Yeah.
You know, how he's so much better than you. And then when he's done with you, he's going to bring in his TA.
His minion.
His minion. And then this guy's going to explain to you the whole plot of what you just saw that makes no fucking sense. It's like it's better that they shut the fuck up.
Why they play that Saw music?
Ding, 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 ding. They get that dude on the piano.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh, did they bring that guy back out?
Oh, here's the reveal. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
When you hear that music, you know you about to get you getting the wrap up. Dun, dun, dun. And I like the way when the more he tells you about what's going on, that dude on the piano gets louder.
Yeah.
He starts on the piano, and then he goes into an orchestra. Dun, 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 and you're like,
This is dumb.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
Drown out that stupid shit he's saying.
fuck you. You know, it's like you might as well. You don't need too much drama for shit that's this stupid.
Yeah, man.
Because what they tell you don't. It would have been better if you would just sat your ass down and not said anything. Because what was going on in my mind made a whole lot more sense than what you tried to tell me.
It's gotten to the point now. I think they're just trolling us into the point where they can bring Jigsaw back and people are fine with it. They're like, all right, he's back. Fuck it. Like, it can't get any worse.
Clone.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening in this. I was like, did they make a Jigsaw? Or he had a twin brother?
Yeah, I might as well go that route at this point. Because you don't give a fuck. Why not bring out a twin? Shit, give that fucking puppet a spin-off.
Yeah,
You know?
I made an automated puppet before I died in 2003.
Make that motherfucker a cyborg.
Yeah. You can make an Annabelle movie. You can make that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. They told me they got Jigsaw went to Haiti and brought back a voodoo guy to make this motherfucker come to life.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot this is the updated doll with his glowing red eyes and
With the
everything.
glowing eye,
Yeah, this is doll 2.0.
Ooh.
Or better yet, make that motherfucker like the Terminator. Give him eyes. Give him lasers that shoot from his eyes. On that fucking tricycle.
Well, hell, he already had the lasers. You just had to put him in the goddamn doll.
Yeah. Have a car chase with him on that tricycle.
Yeah.
That puppet looking back. Hanging on to your car like the Terminator. It was me the whole time.
Yeah, man. This movie.
Do that shit.
It's a travesty.
This is stupid.
This shit it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Let me tell you why you fucked up. Let me tell you why you fucked up, man.